settle myself there. We're Tuesday the 26th of May and we're in Bibby's at Colville. Bank holiday yesterday, so we just have to loop round in this yard because there was too much in the way just to drive out and turn left. A bit of an about turn. Now I've slightly changed my microphone again, so I'm hoping we're all going to be good. We'll find out shortly, no doubt. Basically, my microphone, this one, was a bit too loud, and I had to turn the level down in every video that I record that goes towards the end product. So I've bought an inline headphone volume control and using that like a gain control thing for a microphone. So we've got that set about halfway, so hopefully I won't have too much to do when it comes to the edit. I've got a truck coming this way, so we'll go that away. Always at a busier estate, this one. Luckily there's a couple of different ways we can come in and out. So Bibbies are located just around the corner from where we fuel and park some of the trailers on Colville. In Colville, even, not on Colville, because that would be hard. Well, I hope you had a good weekend. I had a little look at my YouTube channel this morning, and we're up to 530 odd. So even better than what we were this time last week. And normally I don't record on the first day back into work. I normally wait until the Tuesday. Now it is Tuesday, but we were off yesterday. So I've had to drive over from home in Warwick over to Colville to pick my truck up. And then, luckily for me, the trailer wasn't ready when I got there, so I've had a bonus hours kip. Don't tell anyone. Doesn't matter anyway, get paid by the day, so it just adds an hour onto the extra of the day, really, but never mind. So we're off to Huntingdon, and then we've got 3 drops around and about Northampton, and then it's over to Banbury. I think we're back to Northampton again, so quite a busy day, and it's 7:45 now. We don't have to be in Huntingdon until 10:30, and at the minute Tom says 9:30. So we might get another hour's kip. No, I'm joking. We'll get this one off early, head over back towards Northampton, and see what we can do. I don't mind turning up somewhere up to an hour. Stop listening. I don't mind sort of like up to an hour early. 3/4 of an hour's usually acceptable because it takes you 15 minutes to get on the bay and open your curtains and all the rest of it. So by the time you've done that, you're only half an hour early. Yeah, no idea what happened there. The camera just switched itself off. I don't know. GoPros, gotta love them. Anyway, we did the whole Zoom party thing at the weekend, and also in the back garden with the neighbours. Really good evening. Fancy dress, dressed as a chicken. My mate Si Williams was there as well, not in the garden, on the Zoom. So nobody was anywhere near. We had the pub landlord in our back garden in a gazebo. He just lives a couple of streets away. And you're allowed one person, but we kind of made a one-way system for him, so he could come down the side of the house into the garden. And if he needed to use the facilities, we have a downstairs toilet, so he could go back round the house, in through the front door, use the loo. And ours is the other end of the house, so absolutely fine, no reason why not at all. And we made sure everything was wiped down before and after, and it was all good. So we had a fantastic Saturday, absolutely brilliant. Lots of music, lots to drink, tea, coffee, kind of thing. Matt was there, my eldest son, the guy that turned 18 the other week. He was there on Zoom, and my other son Jackson, and quite a few of our friends from all over the country. Because, as some of you know, in my spare time I do a few discos and a bit of karaoke and that kind of thing. And at the minute we can't do that, so let's try and think of a way of bringing something in just to keep people entertained, something different to do. And that's what I came up with. Absolutely brilliant. Been asked to do it again, so a few weeks time. Yeah, it should be good. Should be good. I dressed as a chicken this time. Big yellow, bright yellow. Tanya, my wife, when we said we were going to do fancy dress, she wanted to coordinate. Just give me a second because I've got the boss on the phone. Back again. Yeah, I just wanted to know what training we had on. Yeah, so saying we, in these times you can't have big gatherings of people, so we did it via Zoom, and it went all right. It went okay. So we've got another one in a few weeks' time. It should be good fun. Now we are about an hour from Huntingdon at the moment, and then it'll be an hour and a half or so back over to Northampton. 3 drops in Northampton, then over to Banbury, and then back to Northampton. And I don't know where we are from there, probably back up again because I've got one of Bibby's trailers on, so they'll probably want that back tonight. All good. We'll see where we end up. Right, we'll love you and leave you, and we'll see you when we get to Huntingdon. Ta for now. So we've turned your camera around for you. We'll do a little bit of a time lapse of the journey to Huntingdon. Guess what road we're on? easy. Now we're off to the next one in Caldicott. I struggled to find this one on Google Maps, the one that we're going to next. So I contacted the office, put a call in. I said, I've put the postcode in, I put the address in, I can find the road, but I'm not sure if it's the right place. Because according to Google Maps, the farm's called something different. And there's a different name and all the rest of it. And the actual postcode was just in the middle of nowhere. So I kind of picked a place that looked like that might be it. But I had no other details in the paperwork. Managed to do a bit more digging whilst I was waiting for the office to come back, and managed to find a telephone number. So we're all good, we know where we're going. I always do my homework before I get to where I'm going, and then you've got no surprises when you get there then. And this place does look a little bit tight. And we might have to reverse in actually. Don't know yet, we'll find out. It looks like it opens up at the bottom of the yard, so we might be able to swing round when we get there. We'll work it out when we get there. Stevie's tip of the day, that. Always have a look before you commit. No matter whether you're turning up outside somewhere that you're delivering to, or even just turning into a road end, always stick your head round the corner and have a look. Because you might just save yourself a whole load of aggro. Because once you've committed, that's it. There's no going back. And you know what other traffic can be like? They'll be right up your backside. I won't give an inch. And if you need to reverse, you end up just causing all kinds of confusion, don't you? So there you go, always have a look. Definitely, without a doubt, 100%. Believe me on that one. Well, we're about 3/4 of an hour away. The sun is still out. The day is lovely, which makes a huge difference. This GoPro's been really temperamental today. I think we've had an update to the app on the phone, and I think it was fighting with itself a little bit, sending duff signals out. I restarted the phone, I've restarted the camera, and we'll see what happens. So far so good. Take it easy, we're on the A14 heading west. This is around the Thrapston area where the A1 meets the A14. I think I got that right. But anyway, what we will do is love you and leave you for a short while. Frog in my throat. And we'll catch up when we get there. Ta for now. Alright, so there we go then. That was just as we thought. Able to drive in and turn round in there actually, so that was a bit of a bonus. Watch me back end as we come out of here, and also the bottom corner of the front of my truck, because that's the kind of turning when you try and go up and over the top of a curb that it just ends up catching, because it's so low, the front of these Mercedes. So let's drop, we're off to Bunzl in Northampton, or Northamptonshire, a trading estate. We've got one pallet for them, big, massive, great big pallet of cardboard, sort of the width of the trailer. And then we've got one left before our collection in Banbury. probably recognise Banbury because we've been in there a few times now. I like the one at Banbury. There we go. So all these places, they're all practicing safe distances. He stayed in his forklift, let me get everything out of his way. Then he unloaded. We don't even touch each other's pens. All I do is I put the top copy of the paperwork, or the bottom copy of the paperwork, should I say, up into the pallet, and then I bring the top copy in and sign it on his behalf. So nothing, we are absolutely nowhere near each other when we're doing these deliveries. And I think that's why I'm so happy just to carry on working, because that's pretty much been how we've operated. The golf club there, I don't know if you see it, the car park's absolutely chock-a-block full. Now yes, I know you're allowed to go to the golf course. I do worry about the whole social side of it though. I know what they're like on the golf courses. I know what these people are like in the golf clubs. But you know, common sense and all that, and it's very much in an individual interest whether or not you wish to partake and keep everybody safe as well as yourself. But you'd kind of think a golf course would be one of the safer activities to do, because of the vast wide open space. As long as everybody gives each other room, I don't see a problem with it. Just the club afterwards, but hopefully the clubs will be closed as far as dishing out drink and what have you are concerned, but I don't know. There we go. Back onto the A6 here. Eventually, when we get a gap. Come round really quick at the last minute, don't they? Absolutely barreling round the corner. You can't see them until they're right on top of you. And then they give you a load of grief because you're not a racing car, are you? It takes us a while to get away from these junctions. And I take roundabouts dead easy. I never go charging round a roundabout. I'd rather everything stay stood up. But there we go. Right, so we've got 10 miles to get to Bunzel. And then we'll chuck that one off there. We're not booked in until 1:30. And we're going to be there at 11:30. So I am going to need a break at some point. 20 minutes there, 3 hours. So I've got time to get all of them off in one go. But obviously we're now 2 hours early. Most places will just take it, especially packaging. It's the food, it's the distribution centres that normally kick up the most fuss when you turn up too early or late. They sometimes even create when you turn up on time. Well, we'll go and give it a go. They can always tell us to disappear and come back in an hour, which is fine, because then we'll just go and take a break. If that happens. I don't mind which way. We'll be there in 15 minutes. Right, we shall see you when we get there. ox, 54M ox. Okay. Well, this one's been a bit of a challenge. I've tried a couple of different ways in, and both ways have had weight restrictions on. So we've only got one other way. Now, it did say except for access, and I was probably about a mile to a mile and a half away from where we're going, and I'll always try and find a different way, so I'm not just going for the sake of going. I did try another way. That was also met with a 7.5 ton restriction. It was only until I got on the outskirts of the village that the restriction popped up. So I've had a look on Google Maps, and I can't see a restriction going in this way. But it's one of them. Sometimes you get this. But if this way also says except for access, then we're just going to have to take it because it's the only other way in. I prefer to take a route where you haven't got restrictions. And the thing is, you know, our job, especially with the farms, we're always going on roads. Farms, you know, they're just all over the place, aren't they? There's always restrictions on roads. The majority of them are unsuitable for heavy goods vehicles. But what we do is we talk to the farmers, and they talk us in. They let us know which the best way is. I mean, they've been there for years, haven't they? So they'll know what roads trucks get stuck on. So we're going to have a go this way, and fingers crossed we'll make this. Van just abandoned there in the corner. But you get to the point sometimes where you try 2 or 3 different ways in, and then you forget the ways that you've tried. Or it might bring you in a different way to the same end of a road that you've already tried. I don't think that's the case here. This all feels different. But there's one thing for sure, you certainly remember it the next time. And what I tend to do is, for ones like this, I'll add it as a favourite in the sat-nav, and then I'll put another point on, which I'll then use as a waypoint to get there next time. And whenever you see 2 points of interest together, you always check them out. Or favourites close together, you always check them out just to see. And I always name it, like this one we're going to now is Bunzel. And when I put a favourite to show the way in, I'll call it Bunzel Way In. And then you know which way you've got to go back in. Once you've done it a few times, you just remember that this is the first time I've been to this one. So I'd rather get it right. I'd rather spend a bit of time today getting the right way in, and then you're less liable to get a roasting in future. Wells Barton, A4500. We're 3 miles away. It's difficult sometimes when you don't know the areas. Sat-nav can only do so much. And to be fair, where it says 7.5 ton except for access, you know, if you were delivering within that area, which in theory we are, you'd probably get away with it. But it's all about interpretation. And I'd rather personally do a proper job. 6 minutes to go. We'll see how we do. I won't keep you hanging around for 6 minutes. I'll come back a little bit later on and we'll see how we get on. There we go then, we're a bit further up the road, still on the 4500, Wellingborough Road. there was a sign that said weight limit in a mile, and we're at the 3/4 of a mile stage, and we've got 300 yards to go. So there you go, look, Earls Barton Industry, 7.5 tonne, 1/4 of a mile. And we've got a 1/4 of a mile to go. But that is just how it is, I'm afraid. Now look, 7.5 tonne straight ahead of us, except for loading. Oop. Mr. Blue Car. And Mr. Black Car. So it's a definite one way in and out, but not very well signposted. 500 yards. This is actually Bunzl, but it's Woodway. We're delivering to Woodway on behalf of Bunzl. I've just spotted that on the paperwork. Now, looking at the map, there's 2 ways in. I can either go in here, or I can go down the next one. I'm going to go down the next one, just because that is Mallard Close, which is the name of the road that this place is on. So there you go. So there is a way into this estate without breaking the law. It's just not very well signposted. And I shall know for next time, because I'll put a... Oh, there it is. Woodway. I'll put a dot on it. Need to be in there. Need to be in there. I need to be in here. There we go, we nearly went past it. We've got it just a little bit further up. We'll just let him get out of the way. There's nobody's coming behind me, so we'll make life easy for ourselves. He's now sat waiting at the junction, so I'm going to reverse into him. There he goes. Oh. There we go. It would have been easier to turn the other way into here, actually. That's quite tight in that gate, isn't it? Let's see how we do. Come over this way a tad. There you go. We're in. Oh, that wasn't stressful. We'll need to reverse it up for him, so I'll come this way round, which puts the trailer on the right side of the building. Just make life easier for myself. You're probably going to tell me I'm at the wrong spot now. Hello, mate. Alright then, so my sat-nav was right. I had got the right point, even though that's the same company. It's just further down here. Now, is it in the back of here? Or is it further down? So have a look. It's not down here, it's down there. Said to head for here. How are you? Alright? Woodway, there you go. Down the little lane, he said. That's a little lane, isn't it? Oh, gotta love Mondays. It's not even Monday, is it? Gotta love Tuesdays. Any day. Any day. That's just the way it goes sometimes. Like I say, I will know next time. Stop. It says stop. So we will stop just there. Vehicles wait here, drivers reporting to reception. Right, we'll do that. I'll see you in a bit. Oh, this was an interesting place. I wish I'd switched my camera on about 5 seconds ago, because I've just been round the tightest corner ever. Oh, it ain't over yet. I don't know what it's like getting back out of this place. There's not a lot of room. I actually remember coming in here once before to drop a load of wood pallets, I think, if I remember right. And I ended up having to reverse where we're just coming out of here now. I ended up reversing down here around this corner. There were skips and all kinds of stuff up the side of me. Horrible. I think actually that might have been in a video long time ago. Possibly. Don't know, can't remember. But anyway, we're out. We've done it. We've done all the deliveries. And now we've got is a collection out of Banbury. Now I'm on 4 hours drive time at the minute, and it's an hour and a half to get there. So I'm going to need to take a break at some point for half an hour. And then that will reset my clock, and we can start all over again. So we've got the collection out of Banbury. That's coming back to Northampton, to Morrison's, and then just park up for the night. In theory, we'll see what time we get finished. So over to Banbury, an hour and a half. That's 2:30, 2:45, half an hour break. So 3:15, Banbury. It's going to be nearer 5 o'clock by the time I get to Morrison's, I think. So we are going to be running a little bit late getting to Morrison's, but I'm sure it'll be fine. With a bit of luck, we'll be done and dusted and parked up 6:30, I reckon, depending on how many pallets we've got to unload. But Morrison's are generally fairly good. I don't want to say too much too soon, temp fate and all that. But Morrison's are fairly quick, unless there's a massive queue. And we shall soon see, as I always say. But it's turned out to be a really lovely day. It's a scorcher. And we're back in, or back out the way that we came in. Bumpy little road. I remembered being in that little trading estate, but I can't remember when. But I do think I might have been with Maxie, I think. I seem to think I was in the Volvo, but I'm probably wrong. No idea, no idea. I know I've been in there though. I didn't realise you could actually drive all the way round and out and back, which would have been a lot easier if I'd have known that, but never mind. It was very, very tight all the way round. I'm sure when they opened it, they didn't have Arctics in mind. But never mind, I like a challenge. Their right of way, as the signpost says, but I can't get any closer, otherwise I'd end up taking my mirrors off. There we go. We've got it. I've spoken to the office and I've said to them I might be a bit late. Get to Morrison's in a bit. And basically, I had a 2-hour wait this morning getting loaded, which has thrown all the timings out the window. So there's not a lot we can do about it, but we're on our way. But I still have to have half an hour on the way because I can't make it. For sure. First lay-by. It's worked out okay actually, because if I'd have taken my break any earlier, I'd have ended up potentially needing another break to get somewhere else. So, we're all good. Come on people, use your indicators. Let people know where you're going. So back onto the A6 we go. And we'll wiggle away over to Banbury. It's never as far as you think it is, Banbury. But, we're on the A6 heading towards the A45, and if you remember I used to do the RPC stuff, the old plastic containers, when I was at Maxi. This is the roundabout just by there. Remember when we came over and I said about how busy this little bit of road is usually through the day? There was a couple of times I'd said about how quiet it was. Well, this is where we are. It's that little bit. This has all changed by Iron Ferrers. Changed the roundabout altogether. I know they were doing roadworks here for quite a while. I have no idea where anybody's going. Nobody's indicating. Just me, as a professional driver. Let everybody know what I'm doing. Oh, close that little road off. Yeah, it's completely different. So RPC, that was it. Sounds like TCP, doesn't it? Yes, RPC, and just up here on the left. Many jobs out there. I think I'm right in saying Maxi haven't got that anymore. I think it went somewhere else. See if we can see what trailers are in there. If we can see as we go by. It's always fish vans, isn't it? Let's have a little look. See what's there. So this is the A45, the Northampton bypass as I call it. We've got a lay-by coming up on the left with a fishing lake. Just here in view now, I think, yeah. A few fishermen out. And RPC is just behind this fishing lake, down this little road after the bridge. I can't see what trailers are in there. I could drive in and have a nose. Many nights in there. No, I can't see. I don't know. That was a big old contract, that, for Maxi. I don't know who's got that. I suppose it's like everything else though, isn't it? It comes up for tender. They've got to keep the market fair. Don't know how it works really. That's my interpretation. Traffic always travels around here at 1,000,000 miles an hour, even when there isn't any. And they never indicate. It always looks like they're going to go straight on, and then they decide they're going to come round to another one. all this was coned off the last time I came down here. So I've obviously done some work here. It's unusual just to see it so quiet. All the shops being shut. I don't think it'll be long before everything's opened back up again. I don't think we're far away. I think there'll be a lot of social distancing. I know I've said that before, but I think that's going to be the way forward now. Everybody just having to keep a distance. And in a way, in some respects, I quite like it. The fact you've not got people breathing down your neck. It's one of my real pet hates is, you know, when you stood in a supermarket and you go to pay and you've kept your distance, even before all of this, from the person that's stood at the checkout using the machine to make a payment. I always stand back. I always see if we can get going again. Yeah, I always give them space. I always give them room. But sometimes you get people that just stand so close to you, you can feel them breathing down your neck. Well, now you've just got the right to turn around and punch them in the face. No, you haven't really. You feel like it though. You really feel like it. Sorry kids, don't take don't take that as gospel. That isn't true. You can't just punch people in the face, however much you want to. I watched a video and Steve said, yeah, no. Don't blame me. Right. Well, we've got an hour to find to get over there, and what I will do is duck into the next lay-by that comes up after this one and take my break, and then we'll trash on. Alright then, so we've had a little bit of a break and we're now back on the A43 heading towards the M40, and then once we get to the M40 we're almost in Banbury, just a short distance. We're about half an hour away. Get the collection done, back to Northampton, dropped off and parked up for the night. And then I could do a couple more shout outs as I normally do at the end, but I've not done much time lapse today, have I? So I'm going to love you and leave you for now. I'll do a bit of a time lapse over towards Banbury. No, actually I won't. I'll do a time lapse from Banbury back to Northampton, to Morrison's, because otherwise it'll only be for about 4 seconds, and that's no good to anybody. So, enjoying the day. The weather's still lovely. We're on 2:45. We'll be in Banbury about 3 o'clock, which is what I said before. So we're on target. I'm not too sure how many pallets we've got to go on. But they're normally fairly quick. They're normally getting me loaded fairly sharpish, so hopefully we'll be out of there by 3:30. Back over to Northampton round about 5 o'clock, I would imagine, and then we're all good for the rest of the day. Right, we shall see you when we get there. I guess who forgot to press record on the way in? So you probably won't recognise it from this, but we've loaded up. These concrete bollards I don't think were here. Oh, there might have been actually last time we came in. There might have been. That took me by surprise last time. And the good news is the guys here were very, very quick at loading, and we're actually back on track for a 4:30 arrival anyway at Morrison's. So I'm now half an hour at least ahead of where I thought I was going to be, which isn't bad considering we started off 2 hours late this morning due to late loading. He's going to reverse into there, isn't he? There you go. Timed that well, didn't we? There we go. Give him the thumbs up. It's always good, you know, acknowledging other drivers. Doesn't matter if they're in a car, truck or whatever. If they do something kind, always give them a thumbs up or a smile or a wave or a hand or whatever. Always, always, always acknowledge. So we're just under an hour to Northampton. And our drop. Oh, I'm going. Police operation in progress. Counting the numbers. Oh, we did say thank you. He did have a funny hat on, that bloke. Little blue Astra. Car drivers are definitely easier going these days, or some are anyway. More let you out. You still get the dipsticks that don't look past the end of their bonnet. Oh, so there we go. I warmed up a bit, I know that. There was an awful lot of activity. Two loaders working in unison. Boom, 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 boom. With the pallets on the truck. We've got a full load. We're carrying cupcake mix in the boxes. They're frozen. It's like Disney stuff. I think Frozen was Disney. Anyway, it's that kind of thing. Themed cupcakes mixes. That's what we've got on board. So again, there's no weight in it in particular. So because it's a full load front to back, nothing's really going to go anywhere. But I still don't take any chances. I still maintain a safe speed as we're coming round roundabouts, because you just never know, especially things like this cupcake mix. Yeah, there's not a lot of weight in it, but the sachets, whatever you want to call them, in the bags, go around a corner too quick and everything bunches up to one side. All of a sudden you've got a bit of a weight transfer, haven't you? So, not that I think it would, but I don't want to take that risk. I'd rather be safe in the knowledge that I'm still going to be on all my wheels, however many there are. Lots. Keep on going. The A422, so that was the M40 just there. do the 422 back across towards Northampton, pick up the 43, all the way back. I don't know where I'm going to park tonight. We'll find out later, no doubt. But hopefully Morrison's are going to be quick enough to unload. With a bit of luck, we'll be on our way out of there quicker than we get in there. Can be a bit of a rat race in there sometimes. We'll see. We'll find out. Right, time lapse time. Just on 20 past 4. That's it. So we're just 20 past 4. So we've done all right. Definitely done all right. Right, we need to check into security and I'll be right back with you. Well, that wasn't as productive as I was hoping it was going to be. It's now 6 o'clock and we're just about to leave. I just need to punch a code into this door. One sec. Reader writing. Hey, it works. So yeah, it's now 6 o'clock. We'll wait for the green light to come on. There it goes. We got in here at R4 and we were unloaded within about 10 minutes. It's taken nearly an hour and a half for them to check it and get back out again, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Never mind. And we've still got Bibby's trailer on, so we're going to take it over to Thrapston because I've got work out of Thrapston in the morning, and somebody else is going to come and rescue the trailer from there. I said I might as well just get it across to Thrapston tonight. I've got enough time. Somebody will just come and pick it up at some point, take it back. Evidently they know all about it and it'll be absolutely fine. So we'll take his word at that. There we go. So there's a couple of Morrison's places on the estate here, and we went to Swan Valley 2 and they needed it at Swan Valley 1, so we did move slightly. The other place we went to before was just the other side of this bridge here, so it's literally just round the corner, a couple of minutes. So now we've got to make our way over to Thrapston, which is about 3/4 of an hour. It's about 30 miles or so. So we'll get over there as quick as we can, drop the trailer in. We don't have to put it on a bay because they can't load it. And hopefully they'll let us drop it. That'll be the next thing. Can't drop that in here, driver. Tough. Gonna have to. No other alternative, really. So we'll get it dropped and then we'll go and park up at Thrapston Services. And then I shall do the shout-outs and stuff once I get there, once I get parked up and sorted myself out, ready for the night. I've still got a couple of pallets on, so I've still got to be a bit careful with what I'm doing. But as I said before, I don't really treat it any different whether I've got pallets on or not. Still try and drive to a certain standard as best as I can, because at the end of the day, even if you haven't got any pallets on, you've still got the name of the company written all over the side of your truck. And at the minute, I've got 2 companies on the side of my truck, because I've got a Bibby's trailer and an MTS unit. So you're kind of representing both companies by driving like this. And it's not that I'm a company man, it's not that I'm brown-nosed or whatever, it's just it's just a certain type of ethic with how you work. Try and do things right. And you do get thanks for it. Excuse me. Whoa, that went down the wrong hole. Alright, so we're back on the A45, heading towards Thrapston. Not too far away now, 20 minutes or so. Maybe we'll try it that way. Camera keeps switching off. I don't know whether it's a power thing or the app. I don't know. Sort it out, GoPro. Right, where were we? Tomorrow, Folkestone. Guess who's on the A14 again? Oh, never mind. It's work. Count our blessings at the moment, all of those that are working. Playing cat and mouse, these two. Anyway, we're not so far off Thrapston now, we're only 15 minutes or so. So, quite a nice end to a day really. It's 7 o'clock when I get parked up. Long old day for a first day back. But that's what it is. I've had longer. And it's all good. Tomorrow's another day. Right, we'll catch up when we get parked up. See you in a bit. There we go. We're on Wednesday now, 27th of May. And I didn't get a chance to do the shout-outs last night because we got left a bit in the lurch. I had to drop the trailer off that I had all day yesterday, and I couldn't because they didn't have room for it, so I ended up having to go and find somewhere to park with it for the night, and brought it back this morning. Swapped trailers again, and now I'm off to Lowestoft, but I thought by the time I got parked up last night, so I went to bed, started again this morning, it was just after 5 o'clock. So I thought I'd do the shout outs before I get going. Just for new subscribers, a couple of comments I made on last week's video, and then I'll finish up. I'll probably just put this in the time lapse. I'll have another go at it, see if I can get it lined up right. I'll do the time lapse from Thrapston over to Lowestoft for going back to Birdseye. So just being a bit sneaky and looking at my phone because I wasn't very organised last night. Anthony Walsh, thank you very much. Heinz Tasty Toppers, Toasted Toppers even. Great filling in a toasty. Shame they don't do them no more. I've never even heard of them. I don't think. I've heard of sandwich fillers. Can't think. Just going to pull out of here because you feel like you've got 3 heads. They all wonder what you're doing. We'll pull out onto the road, pretend that we're sorting the maps out, and then I'll read a few more. Sneaky. I've got a guy just wandering across the road in front of me, just taking his time. Nobody in a rush. So there we go. Let's get out of here. Just got to park up down here a little bit. Sort myself out. Do the rest of the little shouty-outy bits. Right, so we've done Anthony Walsh. Sorry about this, guys. Rick Van somebody. Nice to see a European trucker vlog. I just can't see the end of your name on the dashboard here. Drives through all of Europe. Keep safe and maybe see you. Yeah, I hope so. Keep a lookout for me. Big MTS truck with Steve written in the front. Give us a flash and a wave. Always happy for that. I do sometimes see people flashing and waving, and then I think, oh, I wonder if that was me. Kind of keep myself to myself usually. Steve Bradley, new subscriber, good content, stay safe, thanks very much, same to you. Steve Reed, thanks very much, camera's a lot better, that's the one at the back. I didn't really get a chance to use it very much yesterday. Trouble with the GoPros is they switch themselves off after a while. If you forget to turn them back on, you can't control them from the remote, which is a bit of a pain in the backside for doing stuff like this. Gary Smith, hi Steve, top notch, thank you. Couldn't agree more about Radio 2. Never the same since Wogan went. No, hey, you're right, aren't you? James Williamson, there you go again, thank you. Thanks for posting the vlog, what do you think of the Mercedes-Benz Actros Mirror Cam. And have a good bank holiday weekend, stay safe out on the road. Yeah, yeah, had a brilliant weekend as we know. Did the little disco thing, the little zoomy thing. Mercedes Actros Mirror Cam. Never driven one, to be honest. This has the ordinary mirrors on, so I can't really pass comment. Oops, I've just pulled away there. The guy parked in front of me was about to get out of his cab just as I pulled away. He let me go. That was good of him, wasn't it? Whoa, bumpy, bumpy, bumpy. But yes, without doubt, thank you very much to all the new followers. I think I just said they're 534 now, which is amazing. I know you got your likes of other vloggers with thousands upon thousands. Sometimes it's hard enough keeping up with messages and good wishes, you know. I'll do it all through the week. I do try at the weekend just to have a little look in, so if you leave a message or get in touch on Facebook through the weekend, I do try and reply if I get a spare 10 minutes. But as we all know, my weekends are mainly for my wife and kids. I like to catch up with them because I'm away all week, you know how it goes. But it's nice to get the messages. It makes it all feel like it's worthwhile. Right, so there we go. It's turned itself off again. Oh man. Well, I found a lay-by, pulled in, and managed to switch off the voice activation. So we'll see if that makes a bit of a difference for next week. Anyway, we turned you around, and we'll do a time lapse, which in theory should be the one that's going behind me on here. Right, we'll love you and leave you. Enjoy the rest of your week, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.